Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, back again with ReZero on episode 11. So, in the last episode, Subaru came around from his mauling of from the Marbeasts. And apparently Beatrice said that he's been cursed again. Basically every single Marbeast that attacked him has given him the curse back. Now, she says that, you know, to get rid of one curse is easy, but the more curses piled on top of each other, the more tangled it gets, the more sort of impossible it becomes to remove them. Now, but she did say that the only way to remove them would be to go out and kill all the ones that give you the curse in the first place. So, REM, while Subaru was under, got the same speech from Beatrice and basically went out on a one-woman killing spree into the forest alone in a demon form. So, Subaru and Ram both went in, you know, chasing after her essentially. Subaru using like his the witch's sort of scent to his advantage by, you know, trying to tell people that that he has multiple lives and stuff. Obviously that he can never get to the point where he can actually say it, but it does increase the sort of the potency of the witch's scent and the witch's sort of influence, which brings everyone to him, all the Marbeasts and eventually REM as well. Now, of course, with REM being in a demon form, she has she's lost control, so she's attacking Subaru as well. Ram tells Subaru that, you know, if you can totally like attack her horn, then she'll basically come back out of it, right? She'll come out of her demon form. So that's what happened. The very last scene of that episode was him possibly hitting the horn, and we never know. So yeah, we're just going to get in episode 11 and see what we get, so let's go. Oh, well, we're getting some backstory here. See how the little baby Ram got mad because this was shit. I wonder if twins, if they get like one horn each, I wonder if it makes them more singularly powerful. Kind of like the ghouls in Tokyo Ghoul, like if they got like... So it's almost like turned around then, ever since Ram's lost a horn then. Like, it's almost like Rem's the one that, like, we expect anything out of. It's just too bad, right? Yeah. The housework. Potatoes? Oh man. So what happened to that parents then? A fucking dark wig. Oh shit! I was lucky. Should we out in the forest alone again? Oh no, I was this no, I was before. Or is this a dream? I don't know.
ラムがついてる。
They did the same thing
だ
with
から
their
何も
Subaru,
心
didn't
配
they?
することなんてないわ。お姉ちゃん。
Damn. Who are those? Like, who-
無事でよかった。やっと折れてくれた。姉様ならこうしたはず。姉様はもっとすごい。姉様ならもっとよくやる。姉様ならできたことをなぞるだけ。
よくやってくれてるね。
そんな言葉、故郷で何度ももらった。無理をしないで。無理を絞り出してもまるで足りない。全てはあの炎の夜に思ってしまった。自分への贖罪のために。その全ては姉様の劣化品なのだから。代替品に過ぎないのだから。あ、違う、そう。
I guess he.
無茶言うな。全力疾走だっつんだよ。
スバル君、どうして放っておいてくれなかったんですか。姉様とスバル君が来てしまっては意味がない。
でもラムもズタボロだよ。下手したらお前よりしてえよ。右肩外れちゃってるよ。
がスバル君に手を差し伸べるのをためらったから。魔女の匂い。スバル君は死にかけたんです。
この罪滅ぼしにてめえ一人で肩をつけようって腹立ったのか。レム。
So I guess.
超パン。とりあえずバカがお前
Is
は。
that even a slap? It looked like he just headbutted her.
バルス、
いいか。俺の故郷には三人よらば文殊の知恵って言葉がある。文殊って
Two heads, yeah. Not
とにかく
great.
一人で考えるより三人集まった方が矢が折れにくいみたいな話だ。レムをラムに突き飛ばし、俺は右に向かって一人で無情にも逃げ去るってのは。
ウルガルムを引きつけるから、その間にレムを連れて逃げろと。
俺の照れ隠しをあっさりと暴くのやめてね。
助かるわけないじゃないですか。やめてください。それじゃレムは。
お前が知らない明暗で魔獣を一網打尽にできんだよ。俺の人生初デートの相手がお前だ。見捨てるような白状はできねえな。
True.
レムを頼んだぜ、お姉様。
バルスに無事に合流できるのを祈っているわ。
そろそろお前と
Fucker.
最後に。
Alright, so a camera's transformed there. Big fucker as well.
気打ちだぜ、覚悟しろ。
姉様、スバル
What's
君
he
が。
doing?
スバル君が。振り返ってはダメよ、レム。
I'm trying to think what he could do. I know he's got like shadow stuff, but. Yeah, he's using his shadow powers. I thought, alright. Nice. That didn't work. Jabbing them.
どうしたおら、今夜もやるな。ウルゴーは
Roswaal.
ずいぶんひどいありさまだね。
Oh.
来るの超ぜよ、ロズッチェ。村でエミリア様に散々釘を刺されたからね。無茶でも無謀でも追い詰められたらきっと魔法を使うから、それから見落とさないで。むしろ私の不在に君たちはよーくやってくれていたよ。君がしてくれたことへのお礼は尽くそうじゃないか。約束する。
スバル君、生きてる。生きててくれてる。スバル君、スバル君、スバル君。
これって俺がやったの？掴んで離さなかった的な。
いやです。眠っているスバル君が苦しんでるように見えたから手を。
俺の呪いは解除されたのか？
はい。 魔獣はロズワール様が全て相当なさいました。
He just killed them all.
呪
Why
いの発動の心配はありません。
didn't he just do that before? Like, could he not just kill them all off?
落ち着いてるように見えて、レムって実は全然冷静でも落ち着いてもないよね。
分かってはいるんですからどうしても姉様に届かない。レムは姉様の代替品。どうしてレムの方に角が残ってしまったんですか？どうして姉様の方の角が残らなかったんですか？
レムさ、姉様だったらって死ぬほどラムを持ち上げて自分をこき下ろしてっけど、レムより体力ねえし、料理下手だし、仕事はサボるし、口は悪いし。違うん
です。
角があるとかないとか、多分そんなこと気にしてんのレムの方だけだぜ。ムは優しくて努力家で一生懸命で、あと胸がラムより大きい。お前がいなきゃ俺は今頃きっと犬にかじられておだぶつだ。
本当の姉様ならもっとうまく
かもしれなかったな。でもいてくれたのはお前だ。のがないラムの角の代わりをレムがやればいいんだよ。二人で仲良く鬼ってやつをやったらいいじゃん。それこそレムの代わりなんていないぜ。来年の話をすると鬼が笑うっつんだよ。だからさ、笑えよ。
Oh, that's the same one he said
しけた面してないで
a few
笑
lads ago, right?
ムはとっても弱いです。ですからきっと寄りかかってしまいますよ。
いいんじゃん。お互いに寄りかかって進めばいいよ。
歯にかかってますね。
だろ。
Aw. Bless.
あの魔獣たちを操っていた親の目星はついたのかな。
はい。ただ足取りはすでに消えています。バルスとレムが森から連れ帰ったはずの子供が一人、翌日から姿が見えなくなっていると。
かなりマナを消費したね。星々の加護あれ。この度の王戦、何としても勝ち抜かないといけない。私の目的のために。竜を殺す。その日のために。
Okay, episode 11. Right, that was a really good episode. So, the demon clan. They come from a clan of people, which I guess, I don't know if like Rem and Ram are like the only demons left. Like in the world. There could be. But twins are like known as sort of like taboo, and they're normally disposed of because they only have one horn each. Which is kind of, which I'm wondering, like, how does that carry on genetically? Like, if like Ram or Rem were to have babies, would they, like, granted the babies that they had weren't twins, would they have, like, would their babies have two horns? I don't know. But Ram was sort of a prodigy. I guess she just had, like, I don't know if she had, like, excess mana that she could use. Like if she just had like a natural sort of like excess of it. I don't know if that was the case, and that's why she was so powerful. But they kept them alive because she was so powerful. I find it interesting that Ram was like at that age, like when when they were babies, she could sense that Rem was not was sad, so she like, you know, expelled energy because of that. Sibling love and all of that. So yeah, it was definitely interesting how everyone expected like everything from Ram back then and nothing of Rem, but now it's almost the opposite because of how much like Rem does. Especially us as sort of like the viewer, you see Ram do everything half-heartedly, not anywhere near as great or polished, or as Rem does it. And yet still, even knowing that, Rem always thinks Ram is better, and that's the reason why she puts her on a pedestal. I think I did ask that question once. It's like, why does Rem hold Ram in such high regard? Like, I know she's her older sister, but she does nothing near as well, And I think it's because now she finally feels like it's her turn to provide, kind of thing, Whereas before, everything was on Ram to do everything. Now it feels like with Rem, she finally feels like she has, she's able to pick up the slack in her own terms, I guess. That's what she feels. She feels like, she is able to she's able to live up to Ram's expectation, which Ram never asked for, but Rem felt like she needed to do. Yeah, I picked up on that. Obviously, the holding the hand thing, where like you interlock fingers and stuff when they're having a bad dream, because it's like what they did with Subaru. So the Demon Clan was burned alive by, I'm guessing, the witch's minions, and that's why they have such a hatred towards the witch, I'm guessing. I mean, that's the only thing I can really think of. So I'm guessing that was it. Interesting how when Ram's horn did come off, it was Rem that said finally it broke off, right? Now, that's an interesting one, because then I'm thinking Rem this whole time, while she obviously loves Ram with all of her heart and whatnot, she probably felt like at that time the horn was like sort of a like, oh fucking, you know what I mean, if it wasn't for that horn, you know what I mean, I wouldn't be so despised, kind of thing, So she probably had a lot of sort of hatred towards that horn. And then it's interesting seeing her like now, when she's like, why was it me that had to have the horn and not Ram, It's interesting how that kind of stuff changes. Like, she had all this grief that had built up around her because of the fact that Ram had her like this horn and whatnot, and she was incredibly powerful. And then after it broke off, and she's had this time from when it broke off to now to figure out like the sort of almost like responsibility of what it entails and things like that. But because Rem never had that amount of power, she was able to do something else alongside her sister, which meant that she was never like underappreciated or whatever, but she always felt like she needed to do much more than she was already doing, which obviously Subaru sells the, you know what I mean, you put yourself down way too much, you do way more than you ever need to. But yeah, I think that's what Rem meant by, finally it broke off kind of thing, because it was almost like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders. I think Rem at that point, like, trying to figure out how she could propel herself, like, high enough, put herself on a pedestal as high as Ram had with her horn, which was something that she probably felt was unreachable at that point. And then with her horn broken off, it was finally attainable, that kind of level of, that goal. So yeah, so Subaru finally he used Shamak. I was wondering, like, what is his plan here? Because I was like, right, well, what's he got then? What's he got that he can actually use that's going to help him here? I was like, well, it's not going to help him using this witch's scent thing anymore, because that just attracts them. It's not going to really help. And the other thing I could ever think of was the fact, well, he's got this power that apparently he can use, but he definitely hasn't mastered it. So I'm like, well, he could blind them, I guess. And then obviously he did use it and blinded them. Of course, the size of that like actual beast, yeah, it was the equivalent of like a nail of being hit. Like, you know, it's not gonna kill it, is it? But yeah, then Roswaal showed up to save him, which is an interesting one. Roswaal's were really interesting because obviously he's kind of quirky and he's weird and he's a bit, you know. Obviously, we've just gotten a bit there more about what he's trying to do. Clearly, he has something against the dragon and whatnot. Fuck. What was there was something about the dragon, wasn't there? I know the dragon was part of sealing away the witch. So, I don't know why he would want to... What was the three things that sealed her away? Was it the dragon? The sage was one of them. Could he be the sage? What was the other one? Was it the king? I can't remember. Probably did write it down, didn't I? Ba 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 ba. I can't find it. Was it this far back? Really? It's definitely not that far back. There's no way. Can't be. I'm sure I fucking wrote this down. I'm sure I did. But I can't see it at all. Apparently swearing to the dragon is a pact, right? So that's something. Damn it. Can't fucking remember. So annoying. I mean, because Roswaal's the greatest magic user in the I don't know if he's in the world or in the land or whatever, but like that is a sage can be a magic user, right? Let me just look up like the definition of what a sage is. Because sure. That's fucking the next episode starting. Sage, like a fuck's sake, like, what is a sage person? Classic philosophy, someone who has attained the wisdom which a philosopher seeks. Yeah, well, magic and wisdom are something that sort of kind of goes hand in hand a lot of the time, innit? So it's possible, you know. The sage soul, personality and spirituality. The sage is one of the 7 soul types, of all rules in essence. Mischief or merriment in the eyes. Person constantly thinking up practical jokes. He does kind of give that vibe, doesn't he, Roswaal? He kind of gives that sort of vibe of like a bit of mischief about him. So maybe it is, you know. I can't remember what the other one is. Like I can't remember what it's. The dragon, the sage, and it's something else. It might have been the king. I can't remember though. But yeah, and the fact that like Roswaal showed up, I want to know what his element is. I want to know what Roswaal's element is, because I don't know. There was things going through my head of like Roswaal. How has he managed to just show up there at the end to save Subaru? And I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe he has some sort of connection to maybe his is Shadow as well. But you know, because I was wondering, like, he's a bit weird. He's a bit off. But he was saying that he went back and it was Amelia that was telling him about that stuff, so I guess that's why. I still want to know what his element is, though. It's just interesting. I'm wondering why Roswaal couldn't have just straight up killed off all of the Marbeasts earlier. Like, because I'm guessing, like, as soon as the witch was imprisoned, then he could just get rid of them, and that'll be it, right? Because they're not going to come back when the witch is sealed away. So I'm surprised he didn't just go up and kill them off anyway. Yeah. I'm wondering what was written on Subaru's like cast on his foot. He had obviously that like symbols and J. I'm wondering what the fuck I wrote on it. I want to know. So yeah, Roswaal is. Well, first of all, right? What does he do to Ram every night? I'm getting like restore mana or something like that. Maybe there's something with the fact that because Ram has had her horn removed, maybe she just leaks mana all the time, and maybe that's why she can't do much. Like if she, you know how REM always like goes the extra mile and like goes overboard to do stuff. Maybe that's why Ram doesn't do a lot, because she's always like leaking mana, which means that she doesn't have the, you know, she can't really afford to go all out throughout the day, you know. Maybe she holds back intentionally so she doesn't release too much mana. Well, I don't know. But they have their own agenda kind of thing. And I'm wondering what does he mean by he wants to win the battle for the throne? Is he meaning he himself wants to get the throne, or he wants to get in via the way through Amelia? Because it sounds like he wants to win the battle. That's what he said. He didn't say I want to help Amelia win the battle for the throne. He said I want to win the battle for the throne, so then he can in turn kill the dragon. I don't know if there's something with obviously the dragon and this contract thing, because there's that contract with the royal family, isn't there? I don't know if there's something with that. I want to get more backstory on it. I'm sure I will, but it's interesting nonetheless. But they're very. I don't know, because I don't want to feel like Ram is a part of it, but I just feel like that kind of a bit snaky. You know what I mean? Like a bit like in it for. I feel like Roswaal is like sort of in it for himself, and I guess Ram's being dragged along with it because she probably owes him a lot. Like he's probably saving her life by giving her giving her mana like every fucking or whatever it is that he's doing every night. But what if Roswaal was the one that removed Ram's horn in the beginning, and then that way he can use Ram for it? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's probably a bit too far, but it'd be interesting nonetheless. But the fact that they're doing things like behind the backs of like Amelia and Rem and Subaru and whatnot, like it just seems like, you know, a bit backhanded. I'm just, you know, it's a bit weird. But she had Roswaal had Ram sort of see if they could figure out who was controlling the Marbeast and whatever, and she said one of the children disappeared the night after that incident. So again. So I'm guessing it's the... I'm guessing it's the one that originally, like, held the dog. Because I can't remember seeing her afterwards again. So I'm guessing she's, like, she was probably acting like a child. Just probably transformed, like, shapeshifted into a child to, like, get the, gain people's trust, I guess. Because obviously a child's not going to do anything, is it? So I guess that must be what it is. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting episode, to say the least. I really enjoyed that one. A lot of information on that, and again, like, yeah, I don't know, like, I mean, from the beginning, kind of Roswaal's been so, like, he's so not involved that it's sort of weird. You know what I mean? Like, considering the fact that he owns the fucking mansion, and the fact over all these episodes he, like, has, like, one scene in, like, a few episodes. It's sort of just weird, the fact that he's so, like, for someone who should be so present, he's not, and that's kind of why he's so suspicious. And I've thought that, like, over the past few episodes, and the fact that he's saying this kind of stuff now at the end, where he's like, I want to win the battle for the throne. Like, does he have a fucking insignia? I don't know. It's definitely interesting though, but that's all. So yeah, in the description below I have a bunch of links to different places. One of them is the Discord. I would urge everyone to go over there, especially if you want me to react to a certain show, because that is where polls and things start. Also, if you just want to come over and talk to me in the community, you're free to do that as well. And Patreon. Patreon's a big one. So if you want to support me, you know, by, like, paying me every month, like a sort of subscription thing, then you can do. You will be getting rewards depending on how much you actually want to support me with Patreon. So yeah, the big one's obviously early access. So, you know, if you want more, if you're clamoring for more reactions more frequently from me, then you want to get the early access tier. That's $5 a month. So for that, you get access to 4 episodes of all the shows I do on Patreon every single week. So that's 4 episodes of Psychopaths a week, 4 episodes of Suzumiya Haruhi a week, 4 episodes of Code Geass a week, and 4 episodes of Tokyo Ghoul every single week. 16 across the week, 64 across the whole month, as opposed to 32 that the general public get. So yeah, if you're clamoring for more reactions from me, that's where you want to go. $10 a month, that's the full length. So if you want to see my full unedited reactions to all the shows I do, that includes all the shows I just mentioned, plus Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, and ReZero. All of them get a full length. Then that's where you want to go. Exclusive tier, that gives you access to another show I'm currently reacting to, which is Parasite. So if you want to see that while it's airing, then you got to get the exclusive tier to watch it. Or if not, just wait until it's finished and then it will be uploaded to YouTube for the general public. All OVAs and all movie reactions go into the exclusive tier as well, so if you want to watch them, that's where you'll need to go. Elite tier, that is the $50 a month. That is that gives you a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go to the back of the list. I think there's about 7 shows in the backlog, so it might take me a while to get round to it. But if you want to jump the list and go at the very front, so that your show will be reacted to next, then you want to get the God tier, which is $100. So the only rules across those last 2 tiers are that it must be a show that has 150 episodes or less, and it must be a show that I've never seen before. Those last 2 tiers are both accumulative as well. So my Patreon's set up on a pay monthly basis, which means, like, you kind of pay every month if you want, like, the rewards and whatnot. So for how that works for Elite tier and God tier, since they can just be one-offs, if you pay like $100 like the first month of God tier and you get your show on the list, if next month comes along and you pay $100 again, you get another choice of a show, and that goes to the front of the list as well. So, you know, every time you pay, you get a choice. But yeah, that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.